Hey Satan, what's up Holmes? This is Harmless Phosphorescence. Hello everyone, this is Thoreau Smiley, and my head is a portal to the fifth dimension. Who's joining me this week?
I'm Josh Cece, and eat 12 grapes and get your ass to Ravenfest.
I'm Brian Lesh, and I like it because it's bitter.
I am Alaric Weber Ignites the Dawn.
Yes, you are. From now on.
This is Harmless Phosphorescence, the podcast where we watch every theatrically released, full-length, live-action superhero movie ever made. We gather some research into the production and the source material, then we tell you all about it. This show is brought to you by our patrons. Patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith and Atticus Burkett. You can be a patron too. Head on over to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment, where just for $1 a month, you can get some extra podcasts in your feed. So head on over there, guys. And if you can't afford to donate anything, you can't go to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment, then that's fine. Just rate or review us on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Hit the stars. We'd like it if you do 5. We'd like it if you leave a little review for us. But either way, just leave us some stars there, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell the people what you think.
Thank you for your support, for sure.
Yeah, thank you all for listening.
If you can't give us some stars on a review, just put some star stickers on your phone.
On
Or your computer.
I'll
monitor.
take that.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up. Share us with a friend. Tell somebody you know to listen.
Tweet insults at us.
Sit in a room alone with your thumb up.
Yeah. Or at Thoreau. He'll get the insults. You can share them with us, though.
So this week, we are watching The Crow, Wicked Prayer.
We are told that when someone dies, the crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. Then sometimes, the crow can bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
Didn't we kill that guy?
The Crow, Wicked Prayer. It was released into theaters for one fabulous week.
That is a wicked prayer. It's wicked pissa.
They made it.
The AMC Pacific Place Theater in Seattle, Washington.
Wow. Real quick, sneak this in.
It spent 1 week in one theater and thus qualified for our fucking podcast.
Wow. So this didn't air in Lake Havasu or in Salt Lake City where it was filmed?
Oh, is that where it was? It looked like the Salton Sea area.
Yeah, Salt Lake. Which, if you get close enough to the Great Salt Lake, it looks just like the Salton Sea.
Yeah, I bet.
Careful listeners may have noticed we did not.
They drive up there.
Yeah, may have noticed we did not do The Crow 3. This is The Crow 4. Crow 3, they had the common decency to put straight to video. This one, they had to put it in theaters for a week. Thus,
well, it wasn't an actual premiere. They did it sort of Brad Pitt Fight Club style, where they just spliced this movie in the middle of a movie that was being shown.
In like a children's film. God.
Yeah, like that.
It was right in the middle of WALL-E.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing, though. I think I saw something.
Did you notice that?
Did you notice 90 minutes?
That 90-minute Crow film starring Edward Furlong and David Boreanaz. It's the fucking weirdest shit I've ever heard of. It was released June 3rd, 2005, with a running time of infinity minutes. 99, technically. This movie did make no money at the box office, at least not enough to count, but that doesn't mean we aren't going to play the box office top 10 game.
Yay!
Number one. It was number one for a week.
Okay, Al's going with number one. So this is the game where the guys try to guess where the movie
You're
opened.
locked in. You're locked in now.
I don't think it was number one in Seattle or even in the theater that it opened.
It wasn't number one in the specific theater in which it was playing.
Right.
Pretty sure it didn't chart.
Yes, that would be a safe guess, Al.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Say it sharded, though.
It did.
Just to explain to our listeners, so the guys are going to try to guess where this opened, and then I will read the box office mojo descriptions of each movie in the top 10 for the week of June 3rd through the 9th, 2005, and they will try to guess those movies based on that description. So, yeah, no, this movie it doesn't exist on Box Office Mojo. It didn't make enough money for them to count.
Wow.
So let's jump straight into the top 10. Coming in at number 10, the week of June 3rd, 2005. A man enslaved by the mob since childhood and raised into behaving like a human attack dog.
No, Old Boy.
No, escapes his captors and attempts to start a new life.
It's not Old Boy?
It is not Old Boy.
No, old boy didn't go bad until he was like put in underground for like 20 years or something like that. He wasn't raised
my
from
mistake.
child.
The description, I get, yeah, there's a lot of subtlety there. Then, wow.
Sorry, last week I confused Aladdin for Lion King, so I have no room to talk.
This movie stars
buddy.
Jet Li and Morgan Freeman.
Old boy.
Rolled gold.
It's called Unleashed.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Very
this
similar.
movie.
Forever.
I do not
Yeah.
remember that one.
I don't.
Coming in at number 9, family man and lifelong victim of his father's competitive nature takes on the coaching duties of a kids' soccer team. And soon...
Kicking and screaming.
Yep. Yeah, the Will Ferrell one, not the Noah Baumbach one.
I know. I hate that it's the same name.
Yeah.
I hate that.
They were shot by shot in the same movie, though, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Yes.
So Josh gets 52 million points.
a
Ooh.
lot of points.
I'm gonna
It's
retire.
very tough to overcome.
Mhm.
You'd think.
And point inflation these days is out of control. That's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
I'm already funneling.
it's
my
like the Namibian dollar. Coming in at number 8. Los Angeles citizens with vastly separate lives collide in interweaving stories of race, loss, and redemption. Collide. I see what they
Was
did
this
there.
Crash?
Yes.
I thought that was
collide.
earlier.
Fucking Crash.
How many awards did this movie win?
Like a lot. Didn't it win Best Picture?
I think so. Still.
And it made Dave Matthews a star.
His band,
Danny
though,
Newton was in this one.
were left behind. For that, Brian gets 1 point.
Take that with your 52 million points. I got Terrence Howard on my side.
It's like golf. The more you have, the more you're losing.
This is why Terrence Howard became, what's it called? War Machine.
Oh, that's
I think
what
was
got
a
him that
success
gig.
on this movie.
Yeah. Oh, well, and Hustle and Flow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Same.
Hustle and Flow,
He
yeah.
was really good in that. All right. Number 7.
Yeah, number 7. The film follows the surf and skateboarding trends that originated in Venice, California during the 1970s. This was a good one.
Dogtown and Z Boys.
No, the other one.
And Endless
Oh.
Summer.
The
Oh.
no, you're on the
Oh.
what?
I thought they remade that.
No. So there's the documentary, and then there's the
Right.
fictionalized version. Brian, you said the
Oh.
name of the documentary. This is the fictionalized version.
Oh, this is the, what was that called? Something of Dogtown.
Dogtown.
Lords of Dogtown.
Lords of
Oh,
Dogtown.
Lord.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The documentary
Lords
is
of
instantly.
Flatbush. Yes, it is.
And for not speaking, Al gets all of Josh's points.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could buy a loaf of bread with those points, Al.
Or a Bitcoin.
Well, you just gave an award to a fish for swimming, so well earned, Al.
So many people are collecting Bitcoin. I'm collecting Chuck E. Cheese coins.
That'll be worth something eventually, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now that Chuck E. Cheese doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, man.
That's some Chuck E. Cheese coins I'll sell to you for 52 million points.
How much does it cost to get one of those animatronics? That's what I want.
Ooh. I'd love one.
Oh, there was a documentary about
showbiz
Rockefeller
people.
explosion.
The Rockafire
explosion show. It came out like 5-6 years ago. It's really good. I can't remember what it's called, but I recommend it.
It is good.
Yeah. Coming in at number 6. The love life of Charlotte is reduced to an endless string of disastrous blind dates until she meets the perfect man, Kevin. Unfortunately, his mother will do anything to destroy their relationship. Starring Jennifer Lopez and Jane Fonda.
Oh, monster-in-law.
Yes, indeed. Josh gets 7 points.
Sweet.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's right. I never saw it, but yeah.
Oh, God. Coming in at number 5. 4 best girlfriends hatch a plan to stay connected with one another as their lives start off in different directions.
Is this the Sex and the City movie?
No. Thank
Pants?
God.
The traveling pants?
Yes, the pants of the traveling.
Is it?
Yeah, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Wilburys, yes.
Wait, did they
These
send
pants
each
are
other
made
the
for
same pair
walking?
of pants? Is that what that movie's about?
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, yeah, that's
They
what
like
it's about.
wrote messages on the pants?
They all shared a pair of jeans.
They mail the pants to each other off and on.
Huh. I should have seen that movie when it came out, or I shouldn't have. I don't know.
It's awesome that they all wore the same
about
size pants.
Right?
Yep.
Because TV and movies would have me believe that's difficult.
Hollywood in 2005. Cast
I've
only
known
one type of white woman in that role.
I've known as many as 2 girls to share a pair of pants or clothes, but yeah, 5 would make it tough.
Yeah.
To fit everyone.
Unless it was really big, so they could all get in at the same time.
At the same time. Roll down a hill.
Yeah.
2 per leg and 1 in the middle to kind of coordinate.
They have an egg and a spoon they have to get across.
They didn't wear the pants. It was just their modes of transportation.
Yep.
It was like they inflated it like a balloon.
They were magical pants that they'd get in and the pants would run.
To a magical land.
It's like a magic carpet pair of pants.
You don't know.
I need to see this movie. I'm going to Blockbuster to rent it.
Yeah, well, you tell us.
Coming in at number 4. The story of James Braddock, a supposedly washed-up boxer who came back to become a champion and an inspiration in the 1930s.
The wrestler.
This is, what's his name? Are You Not Entertained guy, right? This is,
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe, right?
Yes.
Russell Crowe, Wicked Prayer.
The story of Russell Crowe. Wicked
Oh, we'll get to it, but it's, main character has the same
$1 Million Baby. Starring Russell Crowe.
95-cent baby.
82 million. Or 87 million, whatever I have.
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella.
Oh, that is right. Yeah, you knew. You knew.
For that, everybody loses their points.
Except for Al, right?
Seems fair.
He earned those.
Well, I don't know.
No, I traded my points away for Thoreau's Chuck E. Cheese token.
So now he's got a deficit of 52 million points and some Chuck E. Cheese coins.
It's a bear market on Chuck E.
I'm
Cheese
trying to keep
coins.
track, guys. I've got a whole system over here.
It's a rat market.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming in at number 3. Wow, how can I obfuscate what this is? Okay. 3 years into a war, a group of people rescue a leader, and a soldier pursues a new threat. Someone else acts as a double agent between
Terminator Salvation.
two ruling bodies. And
Whoa, it's the one about human.
And is lured into a sinister plan to rule everything.
Just had it. It's a.
I had to really.
Children of Men?
No, but I had to really dance around a lot of stuff there, guys.
Well done.
I will give you one major hint.
Is it a Star Wars movie?
We did a podcast about this movie.
Shit. We're bad at this.
Double agent.
2005. Oh, is this?
Al,
This has got to be.
Al was correct.
Yeah, this is like a Phantom, or not Phantom Menace. This is Attack of the Clowns.
No.
No, this
That
would be
was-
the third one. This would be
Revenge
of the Sith.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Shit. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, so 3 years into the Clone Wars, the Jedi rescue Palpatine from Count Dooku. As Obi-Wan pursues a new threat, Anakin acts as a double agent between the Jedi Council and Palpatine and is lured into a sinister plan to rule the galaxy.
Wow.
While they pass around a pair of pants to stay close.
Holy shit, man. The cultural fluency that you have to have about Star Wars to know what that's about. Because if you didn't know anything about Star Wars, that'd be the wackiest description of a fucking movie ever.
That's gibberish, yeah, if you don't know.
Yeah, if I
3
didn't
years
know
into-
and someone said Palpatine to me, I'm like, get the fuck out of
Is
here.
that a feminine product? What is that?
3 years into the Clone Wars, the Jedi rescue Palpatine from Count Dooku. Like, what? What are those words?
They rescue the feminine product from the Diaper Man.
Oh, now I get it.
Coming in at number 2. Prison inmates form a football team to challenge the prison guards.
The longest yard.
Yes, indeed. Addie Sandler.
Yeah.
Mr. Sandler. Completing
On
his
his first
sports
football
his
movie.
sports trilogy. Yeah. Coming in at number 1 for the week.
The Crow, Wicked Prayer.
Yes.
Sandbagging son of a bitch. We knew it.
A group of animals who have spent all their life in a New York zoo end up in the jungles and must adjust to living in the wild.
Yeah.
Madagascar.
Wicked Prayer.
Yes.
Ow.
Madagascar
Swept it.
2, Attack of the Clones.
Oh,
Oh, part 2.
No, it's the first one. It is the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 2 Chris Rock movies right at the top there,
Oh,
because Chris Rock was in Longest Yard.
yeah.
good for him.
Yeah. 3 if you count The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which I believe was based on his life.
His life, yeah. I like
Him
that.
And his pants.
Him, David Spade, and Chris Farley used to pass around a pair of pants.
And Adam Sandler did everything he could to acquire said pants.
Yes.
He was the villain of the story, right?
He would always invite Rob Schneider to be in the pants, even though nobody wanted him to.
Yeah.
And that's how baggy pants were made?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how
Cross cutlet.
they invented baggy pants.
Chris's week just was rough on those pants.
And that
They
brings
should have called that like Sisterhood of the Timeshare of the Traveling Pants. Would have made more sense.
Misleading.
Yeah.
Thought it was a time machine pant.
hot tub time
Time
Hot tub
traveling.
time Sisterhood of the Time Traveling Pants.
Yeah, Anne Boleyn has stolen our jeans.
Hot pants time machine?
Hot pants time machine.
Oh, Sisterhood of the Time Traveling Pants. That's a movie that needs to be made.
Woo!
I'm going to start writing it right now.
Get out.
Let me know if you guys need any commentary for the rest of the show.
Hot pants time machine is just you're catching diseases that you thought had been long eradicated. This lady's got them. Hot pants time machine.
And that is our box office top 10, which brings us, unfortunately, to the movie.
Oh, we tried our best, guys.
Okay.
So
in lieu of comics history, I compiled a short history to remind us all of the Crow movies.
Oh,
All
yes.
right.
Thank you, Al.
Oh, do you have like one of those videos that you play after something is officially dead? Because I think this is officially
In
dead.
memoriam.
An
Yeah.
obituary movie, yeah,
Oh,
in memoriam.
pestilence.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
Two traveling pants.
Crow. The traveling.
All right, Al. Tell us about the Crow franchise.
Okay, so back in 1994, the first Crow came out.
In West Philadelphia.
Yeah, and 2 years later, the comic book was made after the first Crow.
It was a pretty good movie.
I enjoyed the Crow. We have it pretty high.
It starred Brandon Lee as Eric Draven. That's Raven with a D.
Yep.
And the description: a man brutally murdered comes back to life as an undead avenger of his and his fiance's murder.
Yeah. No, the first one's it works.
Yeah, it was a perfectly good movie.
1996, The Crow, City of Angels.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Getting dark. Things are getting darker.
Our main character in this was Ash Corvin. And we see the spirit of the Crow resurrects another man seeking revenge for the murder of his son.
This one at least had a direct tie to the first movie, in that Sarah from the first movie is a character in it.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a hacky sequel, but at least it was a sequel.
Yeah. There was the Crow, Stairway to Heaven. I think one season from 98 to 99. This also featured Eric Draven. A deceased street musician returns to life and must restore the balance between good and evil to be reunited with his dead girlfriend. So it turns out in the series that it wasn't enough that he killed all the people that killed his girlfriend. He had to actually go out and restore the balance before he could ascend to heaven to be reunited.
So it was Goth Quantum Leap.
Pretty much.
But with more live music.
Yeah.
And busking, begging for change, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close-up magic.
The Crow Stairway to Heaven, which I personally prefer the Crow Dire Maker.
Yeah.
Do you think they paid money to
Battle
Led
of
Zeppelin
Evermore.
to use that phrase in the title of the show?
No.
I don't think you have
think
to.
so?
I mean, the Replacements
think
named
you
an
have to.
album Let It Be. I don't think you can get sued for the titles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Led Zeppelin stole a lot of music.
Yes.
Well,
They
and
just
they
won.
sued a lot of people.
Credit. I mean, I think it's fair to say their covers are definitely their own, but they got to put their names on it all Elvis style.
Well,
Yeah.
they just won
like
the
Willie
lawsuit from Spirit for Stairway to Heaven just last week.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And there's a wind on down the road. All right, so what's the next Crow product we were given?
The next, the
Box of
third
Crows.
Crow paste.
Crow movie.
Which we did not cover because it went direct to video, and thus
As it
Yes.
should.
It went straight to video, despite the star power of Kirsten Dunst.
wow.
In spite of.
It was Salvation, the Crow Salvation in the year 2000. The title character in that was Alex Corvus.
All right, so then I guess it makes Ed Furlong's name a little better, but
Right. And so Alex Corvus returns to the world of the living to solve the murder of a young woman for which he was wrongfully accused.
He's a private
back-
eye now.
yeah, brought
To
back to
defend his
have not
own
even
name?
not even a very lucrative job.
And that brings us to the current Crow movie, as of 2005, The Crow Wicked Prayer. Our title character is Jimmy Cuervo, Cuervo being Spanish for crow,
Yeah,
or a raven, actually.
but better known as the elixir that makes white girls take their clothes off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that would make the English version of his name would be Jim Crow.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
Right, Jim Crow.
Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, that thematically, there's a lot of racial stuff going on, which
lot of racial stuff.
well,
yeah.
which okay, so there's
Almost the crux.
there's all of the racial stuff that's in the film. Then there's all the racial stuff about the film, which they did completely wrong.
Right.
So the description for this is: on his way to becoming an immortal demon, a gang leader orchestrates the murder of an ex-con and his girlfriend.
Well, that's true.
This was inspired by the novel by Norman Partridge.
Yes,
Really? Someone was inspired.
This was a book. This was a book first, not
But
a
it was
comic book. An
It
actual
wasn't
book.
Crow related?
No,
Or it was.
It was. It was a Crow book.
Oh, gotcha. It was a little Crow book.
So, considering all that, I have some qualifications for being resurrected by a crow.
Ooh, yes. Do tell Al, because I'm going to take some notes.
Qualifications.
Because I plan on being resurrected by a crow.
Yeah,
2
I'm
years of
seeking immortality
schooling.
too.
We have
you know.
experience.
Okay, one must be murdered or wrongfully executed.
Check.
Do accidents count? Like they're mad at you at first, and then they're like, no,
Joke on
no.
a chicken bone falling down the stairs.
Two, must involve the death of a woman or child.
Whoa.
Double check.
And
Okay.
three, must have a surname evocative of the Corvidae family of birds.
God damn it.
Okay.
That's where they
And
got me.
That is where I have a problem.
I hear that crows smile. You know, you might be on your way through.
How often does that perfect storm occur?
Well, 4
4
times.
Sorry, 4 times. 5
yes.
if you count the show. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Five was, the show, remember, was actually the same character from the first movie.
Oh, that's right.
will
So,
not
so
remember.
just 4.
I will refuse to remember.
As of this recording.
Yeah.
Right.
As of this recording, the crow is dead.
Yeah, we are living in uncertain times, so at any moment another crow could be resurrected.
Yeah, that's true. Margaret Cuervo lives next door to me.
In these
guys who are-
in these uncertain times.
A bunch of dudes who are about to be murdered or wrongfully executed are about to go out and change their name. legally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, my name's Johnson. Can I get revenge? No.
It's like, God damn it, my name was Harry Duck.
Just change it to Harry Magpie.
Becomes the
Harry
Darkman.
Magpie. That should be your triple X name.
Harry
Porno name.
Hair Pie. Maggie
Yeah.
Maggie Hair Pie.
From
Your
Downton
pies,
Abbey.
man.
Thank you, Al.
I'm not here to cancel.
Thank you, Al. Crow knows.
For all you have done. So this movie was directed by Lance Mungia,
Yes, it was.
who also directed something called Six String Samurai.
Oh, that's an awesome movie. He directed that? Wow.
Yeah, that's the only other thing he's ever done.
It's a traveling like Yojimbo type story, but he has a guitar instead of a samurai sword.
Huh.
An electric
Interesting.
guitar. Yeah, it is fun.
Was it filmed in the same style as this movie?
No, I thought it had much more of a like auteur, like I thought it was kind of unique. It was reminiscent of Japanese samurai movies, but you know.
Interesting.
Anyways,
Yeah, 'cause-
so people saw Wicked Prayer and they're like, "Hello."
Well,
Let's
yeah,
get him on the phone.
right? Well, yeah, because this movie basically was directed like a Corn video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I literally kept thinking, is this Freak on a Leash? What is this?
Right. It was written by Lance Mungia, Jeff Most. I couldn't read. I couldn't figure out how to pronounce Most. He was a producer for the entire Crow series.
So
So there is someone to blame. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Most is the guy behind all of these crows.
My name is Most, and I've done the least.
He also produced The Specialist, Girl, The Tomb. He doesn't have a whole lot of writing credits. Basically, just The Crow. We also have a writing credit for Sean Hood, who
2 people and an inspiration.
Yeah, who is from Milwaukee. Let's see. He wrote Conan the Barbarian. The
newer one.
Yeah, the newer one. Hercules: The Legend Begins. He wrote for Sick on the CW and The Dorm on MTV. This movie stars Mr. Edward Furlong.
Not for long.
Bada boom. Who we you know best as
Don't you tell me.
For Before and After with Meryl Streep and Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
No. He was John Connor in T2.
He was T2. I think it's the best of the T movies.
Yeah. Oh God, easily.
Well, this is why he didn't come back
good.
as John Connor in any future Terminator movies, because as an adult,
he looks like this.
He acts just like he did as a child.
This dude, oh my God, this guy. Yeah.
And he had sort of a Hollywood breakdown story too. So we've talked about it before. He freed lobsters in a grocery store.
Yeah, he had some childhood Hollywood trauma, so I don't want to laugh at him for that. That's
we'll laugh at him for his shoddy work.
Yeah, no, we'll laugh at him for being a bad actor. But he was also in American.
I forgot that he was in Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He was pretty good in that.
He was good in that, and he was in American History X.
Yeah.
He was good in that also.
I've worked very hard to black that.
Ooh, that's a rough movie. His most recent work, he did facial motion capture for Terminator Dark Fate. And he was in something called The Reunion.
We want to see an approximation of your face, Edward,
but not your actual face.
Yeah, don't press your luck.
You will get a check, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
David Boreanaz as Luke Crash, best known
as the Joker.
Yeah. Better known as Angel or Bones. What do you guys think?
I always knew of him as Death from The Crow Wicked Prayer.
Household name.
Yeah. I mean, we watched this every weekend at my house growing up.
I think
he'll always be Angel to me.
Yeah, he's Angel to me for sure. But there's a bit.
Well, it's one of those TV careers where, he transitioned to a totally different show without a blink, but a different audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we all asked our aunt or our grandmother, they'd be like, Bones.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd all say Angel, yeah. Or I think I could.
I was just going to say there's a bit on BoJack Horseman where they're pretending that BoJack's house is David Boreanaz's house so they can give they can give tours of and so like the lines like out the block and down the street like come all to the Boreanaz house.
Oh my God.
That's
my friend was telling me that there's a bit on Bones where he hallucinates Stewie Griffin.
Oh God.
Wow.
And alternatively on Family Guy, David Boreanaz plays the son.
That's right.
Which is weird as shit.
The sun?
Like his
star?
face is the sun. Like,
yeah. Oh.
Soul or star.
Boreanaz is so wide. Like he's a really like just wide guy.
Can't peg me down.
Yeah, he's like the early 2000s Joe Manganiello or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Boreanaz. He's weird.
He's basically always played the same character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he's just him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and when he's this entire movie, he was doing the exact same thing as he was doing when he was Evil Angel on Buffy.
Yeah.
Exact same character.
I can't believe there was much on the page, and everybody looks like they're trying to get through that shit.
Oh God.
And the best is, of course, Dennis Hopper, who obviously was there for one day. One day. And obviously had signs Saturday Night Live style over the shoulders of people.
And obviously, like, this was not written for him.
Yeah.
And they did not change any of the lines when they cast him.
It was
Yeah,
whoever. Yeah.
I don't think he read this before he walked in front of a camera.
Absolutely not.
Surprised by every single line as he was reading it out loud.
There's a line where he's like, and she was gangbanged in something hell. But you can hear him read. He's like, and then she was gang bang. That's literally what he did.
It's like bada boom, bada bing. I'm out of here, guys. That's all professionalism.
There was no script, that he had been given.
They cut out the part where he's like, pass blue. No, I'm sorry. Heineken, fuck that shit. Pass blue ribbon.
He does run a bar. That's true.
The human train wreck known as Tara Reid as Lola Byrne.
Yeah. Blue eyes and lip gloss, man.
Yeah. Crash and burn.
Let's see. American Pie. Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, dude. She's the chick who loses the pinky. Well, allegedly.
That was.
Brent has to pay $200 if he wants to watch.
Yeah. Wow. Urban Legend, Cruel Intentions. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Dr. T and Dr. T and the Women. I didn't know that Mr. T went to medical school.
Mr. T and the Women.
Was she in Josie and the Pussycats?
Yeah. Yes.
Her finest work.
I don't mind Tara Reid.
No, she's fine. She's totally fine. There was that period in the late 2000s where she was just drunk on MTV for like that show where she, I don't know. She was in something called The Hungover Games. God
I was
damn
just
it.
talking with somebody about that.
Her most recent movie is called Andy the Talking Hedgehog, which she stars in with Dean Cain.
Holy shit.
That came out in 2019. Wow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's sad.
Wow.
Where it's not like, he paid off a house or he got, this or that. He had to do it. Like, I bet Dean Cain needs like a kidney transplant or something. That's why he's doing it. Just so
Andy
depressing.
the Talking Hedgehog with Tara Reid.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he going to be involved? Is Dean Cain going to be in the multiverse, Al? You're hip to that.
Probably. Yes, he was. Was he not? I'm trying to. He played a character in Supergirl. He was the adopted father of Supergirl.
Oh, I remember you. Yeah, that's right.
I thought they brought him back as Superman for like the Infinite Earths thing, but I'm probably totally wrong about that.
Huh. He doesn't look the same in those tights.
No. Not anymore.
Let's see. We've got Marcus Chong as War. What's he good for? Absolutely nothing.
I've seen him before.
Yeah. He was in The Matrix.
He was Tank in The Matrix. Yeah. He played Huey Newton in Mario Van Peebles' Panther.
He did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
The Asian guy?
No. War was.
Oh, War. Oh, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was fine.
In this, I mean,
he's the guy that's strapped,
tied dynamite to himself.
Yeah, but it was clearly not. And I mean, it was clearly like road flares.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I love that he's like the best defense is a good offense. Like, I don't think that's a good offense.
No, tying dynamite to yourself. Right?
Yeah, blow yourself up. That's sort of a last resort thing, but do you, War?
He was in Cheech and Chong's next movie. How old is this guy? 67. Wow, he would have been like 12 years old. Weird. Tito or
he's not related to Tommy Chong, is he?
Oh, is he?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Good question.
Oh,
his daughter's an actress.
Come on.
Tommy Chong.
Let's see.
Wait.
No. Sorry. No, he was adopted by Tommy Chong and Shelby Chong in 1978.
Wow.
Oh, adopted. Fucking Tommy Chong's rad. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Except subscribers to High Times.
All right. Tito Ortiz is salmon. Famine.
Salmon.
If it's not
He's
cooled
always
correctly,
swimming
it is the quickest
upstream.
way to famine.
Yeah, the four fish of the apocalypse.
Salmon.
So these were
Cod.
just nicknames. Did these characters have real names?
Not in the.
I don't know. They had
not
like
in the
baseball
script.
card type stats.
Yeah.
But like,
did
what's
they
his
have
name?
real
Luke
names?
Cage or Luke Crash had a real name, but went by Death.
Yeah. The others, they didn't tell us.
That's a good question. They didn't tell us. Yeah,
Tara Reid was just Death's
she was
girlfriend.
Byrne.
She was Lola.
Byrne.
Lola Byrne.
I kept wanting to call her Lola Bunny. So yeah, Tito Ortiz as Famine. He's mostly a mixed martial artist,
Yeah.
but he has been in Cradle to the Grave.
That's how I know. Yeah.
Who's
He was the first one to make the leap from the cage to
I totally
the screen.
remember him as a fighter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
He was in 2008's Zombie Strippers.
yes.
Mhm. Someone
As the
had to be.
lead zombie stripper.
Yeah.
I mean,
With
all most
Robert
strippers.
Englund and Jenna Jameson.
I mean, depending on what club you go to, that's just a stripper.
Right. Well, I want to know if they were if they're strippers that came back to life, or if they were zombies who started stripping.
To make ends meet. You got to pay for your brain somehow.
You got it.
Yuji Okamoto as Pestilence.
Okay, he's who I've seen around before.
Let's see. He was in The Karate Kid Part 2. Pearl Harbor, The Truman Show. He had some TV work. TJ Hooker, Knots Landing, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. And he worked with David again in Bones.
Boom.
He was like, hey, do you remember when we were in the Crow Wicked Prayer together? And David
Dude,
Boreanaz
do
was
not
like,
bring that
no,
up.
I don't. I don't remember.
He was in Inception in 2010.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or did I dream it?
Dennis Hopper
The Hop.
as El Nino.
Not just Nino. El Nino.
El Nino. I just picture him. He drove his pickup truck from New Mexico up to Salt Lake and did his day's work and drove home.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ. So he was roommates with James Dean and then starred in Rebel Without a Cause and Giant with him.
Mm-hmm.
Cool Hand Luke, Hang 'em High, and then, of course, he went on to direct and star in Easy Rider.
He was roommates with James Dean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was in The Crow Wicked Prayer.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Holy shit.
Two
man.
things that are both true about Dennis Hopper.
I think Dennis, I don't know.
That's range.
He's terrible in this because, like we said, he didn't even know what he was playing. But Dennis Hopper's something else, man.
Yeah.
He's a
done
guy.
some shit
Yeah,
in his
he
life.
has.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's bona fide.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, he's Dennis Hopper. If you don't know who Dennis Hopper is, then I don't know.
He was one of the world's most famous, and I don't even know if prolific's the right word, but he was an art collector, like extraordinaire, and lived in New Mexico most
He's
of his
still
life.
alive, right?
No, he passed
No?
away in 2010.
Wow.
What's his last movie? Let me see. His final film was...
He made a movie called The Last Picture, I think. Not The Last Picture Show, but... anyway. What was his last one?
Oh, he played himself in that. I don't know if that counts. His last film... Well, his last credit was The Other Side of the Wind, in which he played himself. I'm trying to find one where it wasn't just a documentary. An American Carol was the last on-screen appearance he had in which he did not just play himself.
Oh, in that International Carol series where it was like a Brazilian carol and like a
Okay.
Filipino carol.
Yeah.
I remember those. Yeah.
Carol Brown. Just left town.
Emmanuel Chericki as Lily ignites the dawn. She is Canadian and Moroccan. I point that out because
Interesting
she is playing Native American. That is our first Native American character. That is not Native American. Will she be the last? Danny Trejo says no. She was also in Detroit Rock City, Snow Day, Ricky Six, National Lampoon's Adam and Eve. Well, she did not. Oh, You Don't Mess with the Zohan. That's her big. Super Troopers 2. And then she did a bunch of TV work. Police Academy, the series. The Borgias. Tron Uprising. And she's gonna play Lana Lang in the upcoming Superman and Lois series.
Jesus.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She did a couple episodes of some voice work for Beware the Batman. As Sapphire Stag. I'm not sure who that is.
Nor should be.
She was Chitara in Thundercats for 21 episodes. The newer Thundercats, not the old one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, if it was the old one, I'd be like, what sort of magic does she possess?
Right. Hyper intelligent baby.
Danny Trejo played Harold, Lily and Sheriff Tanner's dad.
I felt bad for him.
Me too, because
I felt they made sort of a spectacle of him.
And he again was playing Native American. Danny Trejo
Yeah, so were all of those homies at the end.
Right.
Like when you first see the tribal council, you can't very well. But then they're also at the end with them. And it's like, that dude's on the tribal council? He looks like Puppet or Monkey or whatever his street nickname is.
Right.
Just a kid you know around the block.
Well, and he also plays, we'll get into it, but a pastor and a radio host.
And a Native American.
A shaman.
Yeah.
And a shaman, that's right.
Yeah, so Danny Trejo...
He's the guy in town that just says he's a contractor. Like,
right.
what kind? What do you do? Yeah, all kinds.
Tile, drywall, plumbing, electrical.
Yeah, I could do all that shit.
I type up contracts.
Yep. I can screw all those up equally. Let me know.
He's a notary.
Danny Trejo is 76 years old now.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, wow. So he didn't get so he went to prison for most of the 60s. Then he got clean. He's been clean since 1969. He started boxing in prison.
Wow.
He helped troubled youth that had substance abuse problems.
He's big in CA, cocaine.
Yes.
Users Anonymous, or still the same Bill White thing, but he tours around and does meetings and stuff.
Right, and he got hired on as a consultant on a movie called Runaway Train in 1985, because of it was about youth dealing with cocaine problems. That movie, so he was offered a job as an extra in the film's prison scenes because they heard he was a boxer, and he just started getting work from there.
They heard he was a boxer, and then they saw him.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, dude, Danny Trejo. He was 41 years old on his first movie role in 1985.
That's hot. Good for him, man.
Yeah, that dude, man. Then, of course, Blood In, Blood Out, Desperado. So he found out he was, what's his face? Desperado. Robert Rodriguez's cousin while filming Desperado.
They found they were actually related?
Yeah, found out they were second cousins during filming.
That's great.
Yeah. Speaking of Robert Rodriguez, he'll come up later. After the film. But of course,
Danny Trejo, he did the voice of Bane in a couple episodes of Young Justice, and he played a really funny part. 3 episodes. He was a dimension hopping bounty hunter in The Flash on the CW. And he was really good in that.
And he played he's Machete, of course. In Machete Kills, and also the same character in Spy Kids.
Yes.
Machete was in Spy Kids?
Yeah.
Same universe.
And Robert Rodriguez says, yes, that's the same character.
Oh, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. David Baez, credited as David Ortiz as Sheriff Tanner, Lily's older brother. He also is not Native American. Let's see. He's been in a bunch of TV stuff. Mismatch, Second Time Around, All of Us. LA Blues, Dexter for 5 episodes. The Mentalist, Bullets. Oh, he was in Marin. Legion. He was in 1 episode of Legion. And his most recent work is a TV movie called Deranged Granny. This movie has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes with 6 reviews. The only other 0% we did was Toxic Avenger 2, but that's because it had no reviews.
Right.
This one got 0 with actual reviews.
Yeah, this is the longest episode of television I've ever seen.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
the
a good
longest
way to
and
put
worst
it.
produced television episode.
That is a good way to put it.
Yeah. This was terrible. We said this last week about Son of the Mask, but I will repeat it. You don't need to watch this.
No, you don't. And I don't think I've changed my mind at all about Son of the Mask. And so I might agree with Al. It doesn't necessarily need to usurp, but yeah, now that we know about this, watch Son of the Mask. If you're taken sort of hostage or something, and
we'll get there because I thought about it. I thought about that comment about this maybe usurping Son of the Mask, and we'll get there.
Right.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, are you guys ready just to go and do this?
Yeah.
Movie?
Yeah.
Do we really want to fucking dance?
Poor Danny Trejo, man.
Oh my God. All right, everybody. This is The Crow, Wicked Prayer. We open.
Criticizing.
I kept hoping that song would at least come on to.
They could not afford that song.
No, they couldn't.
They couldn't afford any songs.
No, I know.
They had
the kid from Deliverance doing their score.
No, every other Crow movie had like the music was like a thing. Like they had soundtracks.
Yeah.
The first one they hired people specifically to write songs for the soundtrack, like The Cure and like
Korn and Deftones, I think, right?
Yeah, they hired them for it, but this one they couldn't afford any music. But anyways, we open on text, which reads, "The polluted mining town of Lake Ravasu," not Lake Havasu, Lake Ravasu, sits on the Raven Aztec Reservation. The tribe is closing a toxic mine to open a resort casino. The miners are at a breaking point. So this is a movie who
are these?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, who are the miners made up of?
Yeah,
the mine is on the reservation. Danny Trejo later reveals, his dealings with. Who are the miners? I don't.
They imported those racist white people.
They must have.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is that like most of their extras looked vaguely Hispanic, anyways. And all of the Native Americans looked vaguely Hispanic, so I couldn't tell who was supposed to be white and who was supposed to be Native American because they were all just kind of vaguely Hispanic looking.
Yeah, but they distinguished these two groups. Like it didn't look like there were many job opportunities on this reservation. So how are the Native Americans at the reservation and the people working in the mine, the miners, how are they different?
Yeah, right, exactly. And
that's the reservation. The mine is on the reservation.
And wouldn't a lot of Native Americans just end up working there anyways, I imagine?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're like, no, we all work at the Best Buy that's on the other side of the road right here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
they would work in the mine.
Implied. I think that it was implied that they are living off the dole.
Now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the movie was like the miners are fighting the striking
you guys
people
to really
out
try to
front.
answer some.
Yeah, no, this movie has a lot of questions.
Now I'm befuddled.
But yeah,
Three of the horsemen worked for the mine.
Yeah.
Is that it? Because I was so confused about everybody's motivations in the satanic cult. Like,
grew up there. They grew up there. So who came to live here? The Native Americans on the reservation, or the people working in the mine? Because those two horsemen, they lived there. They grew up there.
The people working in the mine were scabs, basically, and that the native population of laborers were striking because they weren't going to work there or something. I don't know. It was really ham-handed.
It was awful. All right. So, yeah, there's a group of protesters protesting the mine. We meet famine, war, and pestilence. 3 dudes who just like to fuck with people. They break up.
I hated it that the exposition text and the titles text were the same. So you'd read their little line about what's happening, and then you'd see people in the movie.
Yeah.
Their names.
Yeah.
I don't know. First, I thought we had to remember those names. Like, that was like James Chong. Yeah. Bad choice to use the same font.
Yes. Everything about this movie was a bad choice.
Okay, then we're done.
Yeah.
So Pestilence was, he worked in toxic waste removal, and Famine was a fry cook for the mine, and War did mine demolition.
Yes.
It also, their baseball cards also explained their motives. Like, one of them had 3 dead brothers, probably died in the mines or something like that. And yeah, but I didn't write those down.
That's okay.
They're boring.
Because it's dumb. Because everything in this movie is
added
dumb.
Nothing to the story whatsoever.
So then we meet blonde sniper chick. Yes, thank you, Brian. She's in a tower helping break her boyfriend Luke crash out of a chain gang. War, famine.
Okay, there's a chain gang working. There's an Easter egg battle between white kids.
He's in a hood.
There's a lot happening on this street.
Why would they take him out to work on the chain gang? He's so dangerous.
Hood, right?
It's like clearly the most dangerous person.
Yeah, and what is...
He wasn't in a hood when he was working. They just... something happened and they like hooded him.
So that he doesn't get scared.
The guards ran up and
it's like a falcon,
him.
So he won't get scared.
Yeah. And fly away.
Feeding him little bits of meat.
But yeah, like Josh said, there's so much going on between the like Easter egg hunt and the chain gang and like
it's not even an Easter egg hunt. They're throwing them at each other, which isn't far-fetched, kids. But it's like a bunch of Aryan-looking kids, and then a bunch of kids that work people color. And because I say that so vaguely, because we don't know. I don't know the difference between the townspeople and the native tribesmen that live on the reservation.
Yeah, it's impossible to tell. They didn't.
I can't tell. They should have put a little Sharpie mark on their hands.
Right.
So we do.
So they could get back into the club. So yeah, we learn he's Death, the leader of a satanic cult, and his dad was killed by a Native American. So they torture a priest for a while, pour gas on him, and then Luke and Lola are reunited. Then we meet Jimmy Cuervo, who's waking up in his trashed trailer in the middle of nowhere.
Covered with chicken feathers.
Right? What was up with the feathers? Yeah, I was so confused by that.
And a scorpion?
Yeah.
Just slept through that scorpion crawling onto him?
There's a lot of those. Well, that at least checks out for a desert trailer that's been trashed like that. The scorpion makes sense, but did he fuck or eat a chicken before he passed out?
Maybe his dog tore apart his goose feather pillow.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
He did have a dog.
Yeah, which then they don't address the dog later on. Once he crows up.
Yeah, they mention him one more time, but when he's trashing the place. But anyway. Why you would have to trash that place, I have no idea.
It came pre-trashed.
But like, it looks... Yeah, exactly. He's all, my one good pillow. Still garbage, but...
God damn it, Barnaby.
My pillow.
So meanwhile, his girlfriend Lily is participating in the unveiling of the plans for the casino and inexplicably telling the audience about the legend of the Crow.
Yeah, she re-explains to the audience how crows work.
Why?
Yeah,
Why does you imagine being in the audience? It's like, I was here for them. We had to come out here into the outside in the middle of the day for them to show us this picture of the casino and her to tell us about a magical crow.
I thought this was a fundraiser or something.
Right? So also Jimmy is a murderer and everybody hates him. So Jimmy,
he's got a Dukes of Hazzard hatchback.
Yes.
I don't know.
It doesn't tell us who Jimmy murdered until way later on in the movie.
Way later, yeah. Yeah, so Jimmy and Lily are planning on blowing town once he's off parole that night at midnight. Then Lily's dad and brother see her kissing Jimmy and they freak out. Lily goes to work. Later, Jimmy gets all dressed up like a big boy and rides his bike into town with some flowers to see Lily.
To propose marriage.
Yes.
In that moment. Clean your feathers up, bro.
Right? Like, you're going to get married. You're going to get married and leave town, but like, you can't even keep your trailer clean.
Clean?
Yeah, but yeah, he's going to get married, but his trailer looks like that. I don't know.
Slaughtered animal.
Lily's brother, a cop, hassles him for a while, tells him to leave town at midnight without Lily. So then Jimmy enters the store where Lily works to find the satanic cult got there first. They know Luke. They cut out Lily's eyes. We get a flashback of Luke and Jimmy being best buds on the chain gang. And then this is all for a satanic ritual to give Lola magic eyes. Luke cuts out Jimmy's heart. They do another ritual which puts the mark of the devil on Luke.
So they've referred to Lily's perfect blue eyes several times. And Tara Reid, before she takes out Lily's eyes and magics them into her head, her eyes are brown. And then Tara Reid's natural blue eyes show up. But Lily's eyes were brown or hazel at best the entire time. They were never blue. Like they gave Tara Reid contacts to make her eyes brown so that they would become blue. Right. But they didn't bother to give Lily contacts to make them blue.
Oh, my dear God.
They had one pair. They just had one pair.
They had one pair.
And they didn't want to share them because Tara Reid would definitely give the actress that played Lily pink eye.
Oh, yeah. She dealt with pink eye quite a lot during the early 2000s.
Yeah. So, all right. Pestilence and famine dump Jimmy and Lily's body in a freezer at the dump that night and set it on fire.
And it happens to be Famine's mama's old freezer.
Right? What?
Refrigerator, yeah, that she used to stick him in. And on the front is scrawled, in the front is scratched in the words, "I love you, Mom." But it's on the outside. So that's to lead us to believe that when she's locked him in there, she scrawls like insane, like, "I love you, Mom."
Did we just forget
the stuff he did at school on it? He's inside, but she's just putting magnets and vocab tests.
I feel like we skipped a detail about pestilence, war, and famine, and death too, because Lola shows up. They all have cars with their names airbrushed on them.
Yes.
In lowrider paint.
Yes.
This like happened while we were
found them.
during the baseball card. But yeah, it was just a weird, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Oh, God, this movie.
They're not keeping their satanic
cult
secret.
No, they're really... This is not a secret cult at all.
Yeah.
They seem to run the town.
Club.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
where you can buy scorpions like they're live bait.
Right.
At a lake. They're all in a pen. Who needs that many scorpions?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of scorpions, the scorpion that Cuervo awoke to, he put in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge without zipping the bag, by the way. And then he brought that to Lily with the roses.
Yeah, it had a few scorpions in it when he went there.
Yeah.
And it angered the cop, like, yeah, that's why you're going bullshit kind of thing.
She's got a thing for scorpions.
Well, she sells them out of her store. There's a big sign, live scorpion. So I guess he collects them for her. Or maybe to make ends, a couple extra bucks, maybe. Like collecting cans.
I didn't notice the sign. I did notice she had a not live scorpion, the scorpion in the glass thingy.
Yeah.
Souvenir. At any rate.
No, I know. I keep glitching. I'm sorry that this is taking for long.
Son of a bitch. I'm leaving that in.
You don't have the technology. But you got the
Please leave it in. I waited for you to turn off.
All right. So, all right.
Oh my God, Tara Reid's terrifying fucking night.
So the crew,
she's wearing an owl mask.
So the crew heads back to their hideout where Luke wants them to party, but everyone's kind of bummed out, because of the murders. He gives them a pep talk, and they all eat psychedelic eggs.
Yes. Yeah.
His party spread includes deviled eggs, deviled ham, and devil's food cake.
It's a little on the nose, don't you think, Luke?
Yeah, I think so. Those are the things he knew how to make. Coincidentally. But yeah, peyote. Peyote's not a very widely available drug.
No.
It's not. But they can just get it down at the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
You just call the peyote guy.
And it's also not really like a party drug.
Absolutely not. And it's not the powder you dust over eggs. It's a sludge you have to eat and then throw up and then trip.
Yeah.
Well, and you're high for days.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't eat peyote eggs, kids.
Or if you do, explain how they work to us.
Yeah. So they're planning revenge on people for stuff, and they need to sacrifice a virgin before sunrise to seal the ritual.
I'm sorry, when they were leaving the crime scene, the closed caption said "scorpion hissing."
And it was like, "Take me on the matters on the moment."
Do they hiss?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
So then the crow does the thing, and Jimmy comes back from the dead with his crow powers. He takes Lily's corpse to her house and puts it on her bed.
I know. It's like, let the coroner take her.
He's like a cat.
Yeah.
I found this bird.
He brought her for his owner.
Well, that's why they think he's a murderer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, why did he do that? Because then later on, he has to steal the corpse again to go bury it. He stole the same corpse twice.
Also, Tara Reid has never washed her hands before.
No.
Oh,
God. Yeah. So he tries to kill himself. He realizes he can't die, so he goths up, blows up his trailer, and goes out for revenge.
And no one in town noticed he blew up his trailer.
Nope. Yeah. There's
always bombed out.
There's only 12 people in this town, except for the scenes when there's 55 people going to the mine.
Well, there's two people outside Edward Furlong's trailer when he leaves it the first time, just like milling around, kicking cans.
Yeah, spray painting it. Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of fucking people that just like live in the desert,
And,
I guess.
and one of the Cholo guys that were, graffiti, that were spray painting his trailer while he was in there, had some sort of, walking situation because he had two of those four-toed, canes.
Yeah.
Walking. Yeah. Which, maybe that was a friend of the filmmakers, maybe whatever. So good for him using that guy. But it's just funny to imagine him trekking across that desert to get to this guy's trailer that's already beat up.
Yeah, this awful trailer. Yeah, okay, so Lily's brother finds her corpse and assumes Jimmy killed her. The Satan gang arrives at a local wedding chapel.
Yeah.
Where Tara Reid is very disappointed that the bride did not save herself.
Yeah. And he's wearing a camo jacket. Actually, that was kind of cool. Getting married dressed like that. But yeah. And just like any wedding ceremony, it sort of concludes with a woman yelling from off screen, "The wedding food is ready." And I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did by accident, and I went back and looked. On each table is a bucket of fried chicken.
And that's the wedding food.
That's the kind of shit that I like to notice. How did we miss that?
Right.
They were in KFC buckets, but they were all red instead of red and white. But yeah, full of fried chicken. They all got up to go eat some in another room.
So wait, okay. And here's my question. So Luke kills the priest.
Uh-huh.
What is this? The guy that killed his dad?
I believe so. Yeah. Based on the dialogue, some time ago, before he became a priest, he killed Luke's dad, Papa Crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
Who is
then
Crash Bandicoot?
And then
the father.
Then he became a priest.
Child that Edward Cuervo killed.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah. And Edward
it's a very small fucking town.
It really is.
Of course it is. But I love that, Luke walks in and he's like, "I see you've done pretty well for yourself." It's like he's a priest conducting weddings in this roadhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he says he wanted to make him a success before he killed.
So he's also a priest who's married.
Yeah.
That's true.
So his wife, which we get how many minutes of her crying?
A lot.
3 minutes of her crying. Her name's Rena Owen. She's Maori. She's from New Zealand, and she's in Once Were Warriors, which is the best New Zealand film up until Whale Rider or whatever.
So okay, wait. So is it insulting to have an indigenous person from a different continent play an indigenous person from the Americas? What is this?
It trips me out because she was chosen for that. But the reason why I think that she was chosen for this role is because her character is written to openly weep for a long period of time over a dead body.
She's moaning.
In Once Were Warriors, she plays this incredible she plays this incredible role of just very, 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 it's super dramatic, and she openly weeps and screams and gets abused and all this stuff going on. But I think that they called her and were we got a role for you. It's going to be just up your alley. You just need to read these lines and cry on screen for us. But the fact that she's Maori playing whichever tribe lives in Lake Ravasu,
which
Arizona,
which is somewhere in the Americas.
Raven Aztec, the Raven Aztec tribe.
Isn't
Lake Ravasu?
Isn't Raven Aztec more like the local high school mascot than the name of the actual tribe?
I'm curious if all those elements were in this novel that they based this on, because it's loco-racist. The use of the term Indian is just upsetting. Yeah. But not even trying to do any research on tribes and tribal councils or where they're located in the country. Yeah, Raven Aztec. It doesn't indicate anything correct.
No.
Well, and
there is
why
the
not
Crow
just
tribe. There is
Lake
a Crow
Havasu?
tribe of Sioux in
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, the Crow,
They're
but the Crow is the Anglo name for them. They do not call themselves the Crow.
Right.
Yeah.
Aztecs.
All right. So, all right. At the bar, Pestilence is drunk, so Jimmy shows up and kills him. That's like a 15-minute
Just
sequence.
sent to the bar to score peyote, and it was going to be there in a few minutes.
He's playing with his cap gun that he found at the dump,
Yeah.
and he's got his little sheriff star because he wants to be a cowboy, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
Yeah. So then Jimmy steals the hearse that's carrying Lily's body, kicking the driver out of the car, and takes her out in the middle of nowhere and buries her under a tree. So this is the second time he's stolen the body. And that fucking hearse driver.
That's right. I know. He was in a different movie.
Yeah, he was in like a Wayne's Brothers comedy
I was
kind
just
of
going
thing.
to say, like a black comedy. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Walking down the road, you can't leave me out here. Yeah, lots of weird.
Fake running.
It's like, I thought
The fake running you do on stage. Yeah.
It's like, I thought Medea was in this.
And I thought they'd be shooting me from the waist up. So here I am running.
So Lily's dad, the preacher, is praying and plotting justice against Jimmy, who he thinks killed her.
And like waving the Bible around like he's Donald Trump.
Oh,
it was really weird. Like
Right.
just shaking the Bible. Like, dog, you got a table full of people. You should be like, let's read from Psalms.
Right.
Right. I'd say poor Danny Trejo, but I have a feeling it's like, fuck that. I got paid.
Yeah.
I'm
that's,
sure everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this was one of those situations where it's like, we're making a good movie, and then in post it got chopped up.
No.
Nobody was under any
Yeah.
delusion. But yeah, he's a Latin Hispanic man playing a Native American tribal leader. Like you said, he's got all kinds of hats he wears, and he's a Catholic priest. So I don't know. Why would he be?
I thought he was like an evangelical.
Okay. All right.
Not to split hairs on that, but he seemed more like
Yeah.
the Catholics in town were the bad guys, but he was like,
Well, was it then?
born again? Well, because I mean, like we get the Catholic priest
the collar. The collar
murdered somebody's dad or something, and whereas like Danny Trejo is the one like good character,
but he's this
misled.
He seems like the leader of this tribe because he's behind getting the casino built, which will help the tribe prosper and all this shit. Like, just why would he also embrace Christianity of any kind?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
even in a comical sense, the chief elder from Parks and Rec, he built that aspect, in order to. So, yeah, storytelling wise, they should have at least made him like this. But no, he's also underneath it all. He's the white man's religion.
I felt like they were trying to make a really nuanced point, and they failed so poorly at making a slightly nuanced point that they just overdid it in every direction possible.
I'm curious how much of this is elements from the book that they just completely butchered.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not going to read it.
No, God, no. So the Satan crew shows up at Ravenfest, which I'm very confused what that even is about.
Right. Because earlier it seemed like it was a whole big thing because he has a flashback to Lily being assaulted or something on a picnic table, either at a wedding or at Ravenfest. But everyone's outside.
Or at prom.
Yeah, or maybe a prom. But it's the daytime. There are people all around, very well dressed. And meanwhile, she's, this is happening to her on a picnic table, feet away. Because Jimmy just has to turn his head. He was either part of the wedding party or... I think it's Ravenfest because he makes that comment to her before she dies, like, I don't want to go to another Ravenfest or fuck Ravenfest.
Right. It's so commercial.
And
that was the dude he killed.
Sorry. I remember when Rage performed at Ravenfest. No, it's bullshit.
It's very confusing. But this
Ravenfest is where you go to rave and fest.
That's true.
I've been festing all night.
Well, and I hope we all caught it because it was very obvious, but there was a banner above the doorway that said enchantment of this under the sea.
Yes, enchantment under the sea dance. Like what?
So it's like even if you were a Back to the Future fan, like that's the sign on the door. So it's not an Easter egg. It's us and the characters acknowledging that's what it was called. So I wonder if they're all that's cute. Or if they don't know about Back to the Future.
Yeah, no, it's weird and confusing. And so
it doesn't make any.
And they're going to kill everyone at Ravenfest, which appears to be 12 people in this hall.
In this tiny hall,
milling
it's
around.
Not even a school gym.
Yeah. Well, and then later on, when they're like everyone's like freaking out, and like they're slowly War's slowly getting his gun loaded. People are constly running back and forth, screaming in this little hall. Not leaving.
They don't know where to go.
All right. So yeah, Jimmy shows up. Then at the chapel and comforts a grieving widow. He sees a newspaper clipping and flashes back to when he killed. I guess it was their son, and their son was like raping Lily. What was it?
At this like event outside, and everyone
assaulting her somehow. In some sort of sexual fashion.
Right. On top of the potato salad or whatever. Yeah. Right there.
And they're all in suits and like prom dresses. Yeah. So, yeah, he brings her husband back to life and leaves. And she's like, I don't forgive you, bitch. Then he goes to Ravenfest and interrupts the Satanists. He kills Famine, chats with Luke, and then Luke injures the Crow, causing Jimmy to be able to be injured. War shoots him and then kills everyone at the festival, although Jimmy manages to save one young boy. He pulls him under the sheets, and then the Satanists leave.
So Famine was there. He brought his baseball gear. He baseballed up. He had his bat. There were shots in and out where sometimes he would have a catcher's mask on and sometimes not.
Right. Yeah.
But then also
he was versatile. He wasn't always the catcher.
Switch hitter.
Jimmy shows up and he has his own bat suddenly.
Yeah.
When Jimmy Cuervo shows up, he just happens to have his own bat.
He always just brings his bat to Ravenfest. All right, so
they have like a bat fencing match.
Yeah,
they do this choreographed bat dance. Bat dance.
I just saw a picture of Prince from 1989 wearing booty shorts and a Batman t-shirt roller skating.
With a bat. And he's going around a table like Al Capone and the Untouchables.
It's amazing.
On his freaking basketball court?
Yeah.
I love Prince.
Purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
So anyways. Let's see. Lily's brother shows up at Ravenfest and tries to arrest Jimmy. Jimmy uses psychic powers to give him a vision of what really happened. Then Jimmy leaves.
He drops off a dead crow wrapped in a chamois.
Yeah.
It was easy to kill that crow. I think too easy.
It was super easy. All right. So the Satan crew shows up.
Crows always just stand there.
Yeah. Watching a hatchet. Because there was even that, like, it was almost comical because they zoom in on the crow's eyeball. He should have been like, oh, no. That's what it looked like. And then,
I'm getting too crow for this shit.
Crow me once.
So the Satan crew shows up at a satanic church. They've got a virgin, which turns out to be the hearse driver. They go inside, and then they don't do anything with the virgin. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. So they go inside.
Yeah, you think that they'd have to murder them?
Right? But he just has to
or drink their blood?
But he just has to hang around, apparently, for this wedding thing.
They have to wait for the right time to kill him. Because he does end up getting killed by stray gunfire. And Dennis Hopper turns around and is like, good timing.
So they accidentally killed him at the right time?
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck this
they
movie.
did say good timing. Yeah, that's right.
I will say him being a virgin was a funny moment.
Sure.
I guess. How did he wind up back at the church? Do we know?
Oh, well, they found him on the road, on the way to the church.
He's
Crash and burn. They found him on the road on the way back to the church.
He's like, I'm having a hell of a night.
Somebody getting married today.
All right, so they meet Lola's old pimp El Nino. El Nino,
the baddest white guy running a whorehouse on a reservation named after a weather
in an old church.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have a satanic wedding. Then
with all the fixings.
Yes. Oh god. All right. So
the tribal posse shows up outside.
Yeah, Lily's family shows up and they stake.
What a ragtag group of
Yeah, they're staking out the place waiting for Jimmy. They're like, we've got to kill this one dude, but we're not going to kill all these Satanists that just murdered half the town.
Right. That guy says he's the devil, but when I see that crow.
Inside, Luke and Lola get married. Then Jimmy arrives and fights war. Then Lily's family attacks them both. Then at the end of the ceremony, Lola stabs Luke. Outside, War is going to blow himself up with his
road flares.
Yeah, with his road flares, like Looney Tunes style, like dynamite.
Was the stabbing of Luke part of the ceremony, or was that like a double cross? It was very vague.
I assumed it was part of the ceremony because it wasn't until the stabbing that he came back and had Satan powers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And he gets stabbed like Jesus on the cross, which was not necessarily like pointed directly at, but like stabbed in the side.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
With a spear. I don't know.
Of destiny.
Yeah, the spear. Yeah, we just saw this in Constantine.
Yeah, it was also in Mexico.
Okay, so Jimmy stops War from taking Lola's family out with him. Then inside, Luke wakes up from being dead, and now he has superpowers too. He's infused with the essence of Satan.
Infused. The cucumber water.
Yeah.
You've got to buy it from like one of those multi-level marketing companies.
Exactly.
The essence of Satan.
Essence of Satan.
So this is
Satan's essential oil.
Yeah.
This is why Luke's name was spelled L-U-C, so he could lengthen it to be Lucifer.
Lucifer. Lucifer. Anyway.
His parents were French Canadian.
So he fucks up Jimmy for a bit, straps him to the cross, and then Lola kills El Nino.
Well, and this is when we find out they were friends, right? In this scene?
Not friends.
Friends? Jimmy and Luke?
Jimmy and Luke were like best friends.
They were pals in prison.
They were pals.
In prison, yeah.
Well, they had like a montage of them like eating lunch together and like having a good time.
Playing ball, like running
as he like crucifies him.
Running through fields.
We both grew up in this town of 75 people, but we met in jail.
Yeah. I was so confused by this. Like, why did that have to happen now? Why wouldn't that have happened when he was like, I thought we were buds. Why are you stabbing me in the heart and stealing my girlfriend's eyeballs?
Yeah.
That's not cool.
You know, like
Buds
that would have
don't
been
do
way
that.
more emotional impact in that moment.
Buds
Like,
don't do that.
yeah, come on, man.
So yeah. Meanwhile, all right. Then they leave. In the hearse, they're on their way to the burial grounds to complete their ritual, which is apparently just fucking. And on the way,
they have to consummate their unholy marriage.
Yeah.
Well, and Tara Reid's like obsessed with having him stare in the eyes. Look in my eyes. She keeps saying
the blue
that.
eyes she stole. They're magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was, she said, the book told her that he had to look her in the eyes while they did it for it to work.
And it was El Nino's book. He's like, you took my book.
It was actually an issue of Cosmo, and it also told her that she should like bite his balls and rub ice cubes all over his anus. Men love it.
Don't kink shame. Come on. Some of us love having our anuses bit. Wait, what? I must have misread that or dyslexia.
Some people believe.
Some people believe when an anus is bit.
A crow carries a spirit to the land of the dead.
So all right. So then
Where are we?
oh, I don't even know anymore.
Almost done, bro.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope so.
So yeah, Luke goes full like Joker, like Gotham City type Joker. You know, talking in different voices. Sometimes a little joke. Sometimes a little like don't mind if I do, kind of crazy.
Yeah, like full on. Wait till they get a load of me.
And then flying across the screen.
Yeah, like with a flying bicycle kick, like it's Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, Jimmy had one of those at Ravenfest. No, at the bar with the cowboy pestle. But yeah, he like does those loops almost like Airplane when they're doing the Saturday Night Fever thing. He's just looping and flying through the air.
Well, and he tells Lola that after the ceremony, he's going to start Armageddon. Like the stakes suddenly went way up.
Yeah.
Way up.
She thought that the spell was going to last 7 days, but he says no, it's 7 years. And then he says the apocalypse is going to be one hell of a honeymoon.
Yeah, didn't he say like it's going to be like a 7-year itch
that you you never want to scratch?
Yeah, like why are you referencing that? That's weird. Yeah. I guess
you don't want to scratch it. Is it an itch?
So all right. So then Lily's family takes the crow down from the cross. He wakes up and goes after Luke and Lola while the preacher
I'm sorry. I wanted Josh to do his line from Batman.
What line?
Oh, get him down. Bring him down.
Get him down. Thank you. He wakes up and goes after Luke and Lola while the preacher does a Native American dance.
Oh my!
To heal the crow.
That's when I felt bad for Danny Trejo.
Well, and because they had
no dance, no one bothered to come up with the dance, so he's just shaking his arms while all these other homies. And I don't mean to use cholo or homie in any derogatory sense. That's the way they were costumed.
They all look like extras from Blood In, Blood Out.
Yes, right. Yeah. And they were the tribal council because you could see that some of them had the red shirts they were wearing at the council and the markings on their face, but it was
they had like 3 lines on their faces.
Flannel shirt.
Just so like Jesus, man,
so offensive.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and Danny Trejo, they had him dancing in slow motion, and he's a little bit paunchy as of 2005. So it was just kind of rippling.
And he had this like interesting character moment. Before they were like, you need to dance, do the dance to raise the crow, and he says something like,
"They're all gonna laugh at me.
They think I'm an idiot already," and it's like. Is this like them behind the scenes and they just through this into the thing?
Right? Because, where did that come
written
from?
Into the script?
Well, and his son is like, well, if you're going to dance, look like a fool. I can't.
Yeah, and he like rips open his shirt and dances.
He's like, get wet, might as well go swimming.
Dance while nobody... if you're going to get...
Harold says they'll think I'm a fool, and then Tanner says they already do. Show them how fools dance.
Yeah, that's it. And then he should have been like doing the Roger Rabbit. And...
the run man.
Yeah, exactly. That's how fools dance now. God. In the ancient tradition of our tribe, I'll dance this way. But he brings the crow back to life. Yeah, that's the crow dance.
Yeah, and
which there is such a thing. So this was just so doubly offensive.
Oh God, yes, It's
like the buck dancers and
This movie was actively offensive towards Native Americans, and I'm
right. If I've used the term Indian, it's because they did, and they used the term Injun in 2005, just repeated.
2005.
The Native Americans were the diabolical evil guys, but then at the end, they seem to really bring it together.
Okay. So Jimmy gets back his full powers at the burial grounds. Luke and Lola are getting it on without any warm up.
Yeah, and she just like hikes up her dress, and he's got tighty whities on. I was like, this is not a sexy moment in this movie.
No.
This is.
But then Corvus Interruptus.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
2005's power couple of Boreanaz and Terry. So Jimmy's powers return, and he beats up Luke. The sun rises, and all the Satan powers go away. Lola is she blind now? Is that what happened? Because her eyes start bleeding?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she's wearing those blue blocker, like old man.
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, where did she get those? Did she plan on this happening to
I
her?
don't know. Those were my grandpa's sunglasses that he put on over his regular glasses.
I have a pair of those that I wear when I ride my bike. I look like 40 years older.
She was wearing them earlier in the film, but I wanted to point out how dramatically the sun rose. It was like pitch black out, and then suddenly the sun just comes up over the mountain. And it's bright blue skies.
Right.
I'd be like, whoa, where did that thing come from?
The earth accelerated in that very moment.
Her tribal stories tell me that that's an angry god.
So yeah, then Jimmy kills Luke, impaling him on a sharpened grave marker, and then also snaps his neck.
For good measure.
Yeah.
He snaps a couple necks in this movie, and it's just terrible choreography.
So Lily's brother and father arrive. The sheriff arrests Lola. Jimmy drives out to Lily's grave, where he joins her in the afterlife. The end.
Before Jimmy snapped Luke's neck, he told some story about eating one's own bitter heart.
Oh, right. Because Luke had cut out somebody's heart, right?
Jimmy's heart.
Cut out Jimmy's heart, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Bruce Springsteen.
I don't know if I needed to bring it up because we're at the end, but it was...
Yeah. That was one of those lines that stuck out to me that, like, why are we talking about this now? Why didn't you say that in that moment that was happening?
Right, he saved it.
Yeah.
Like, we need something for the climax of this movie, man. We front-loaded this whole movie.
Then.
Jimmy didn't snap his neck. He sliced his throat open.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He cut his throat.
It was Pestilence whose neck he snapped after he put him in the bug zapper.
Back at the bar with the bug zapper.
It was so weird.
The bug zapper, which was like electrocuting him. Yeah. Oh my God.
Which doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even, like, plagues of locusts, I guess. Pestilence.
It's because he was Pestilence, yeah. You gotta kill a bug.
Yeah.
It's all, remember, kids, stay off of peyote. It's a street drug.
Right. So my unanswered questions I have.
Yes.
How did this little town support such a thriving Satanist industry?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like between Dennis Hopper and then the David Boreanaz gang, there was a lot of Satan activity, and they were doing bang up business.
Speaking of Dennis Hopper, did we miss Macy Gray?
Oh,
was Macy Gray the one who was on the phone?
Yes, she was the other stripper.
Carmen?
I forgot Macy Gray was in this. Yeah.
Yes.
She was Carmen, the security girl?
Yeah.
The security lady?
Gets shot. Like, I honestly, you don't see her get shot. We don't see her disappear. I think that she read her lines and went, fuck this movie, man. This is fucking bullshit. I was in training day, and walked off, and they were like, whoa, she got shot. And Dennis Hopper's like, fuck, I should have got shot. Fuck.
No, I wrote down that she got shot. She just kind of collapsed. You heard a gunfire and she kind of collapses. Yeah. But that's all. And I think that was right before the Virgin got shot.
The Virgin.
The Virgin hearse driver.
The Virgin hearse driver.
I'm just
so who to play in Crow Wicked Prayer? The Virgin hearse driver.
Yeah. So have you had sex with anybody alive, or?
I guess that technically is why he's a virgin still. It's not sex if they're not alive. Gross.
They can't say no if they're already dead.
that checks out.
So was Luke? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They've got Macy Gray listed as not Carmen but Karamia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was talking to Lola, but yeah, Dennis Hopper says that.
Dennis Hopper says Karamia.
Dennis Hopper says a lot of things.
Yeah, because he's reading off this, like I said, the boards that they have standing behind or around him. Yeah. But yeah, Kara. Because I maybe thought that was the name, and then he said it, and he's like, "Oh, that's what they meant."
Which is what Gomez called Morticia all the time.
Yes,
yeah, it's my love, and or my it's Italian. But anyways,
so was Luke literally Satan after the wedding, or did he just have Satan powers?
It's a good question, because why would the devil choose to come back there in that stupid town?
Well, the devil, it wasn't his choice. It was they forced it upon him with this spell.
Well, right, yeah. So they conjured him, but why would Luke even with all these vendettas? It's like I'll once I am the Antichrist, I'll take care of Raven. So
yeah,
but I want to come back in L.A.
Really, anywhere besides Lake Ravasu.
Yeah, they just refer to the outside world as the coast. They don't name any place else.
Yeah,
let's go to the coast.
Lake Ravasu. I'm still upset by that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why was everything in this town Raven themed?
Good question.
Yeah. Are ravens and crows the same fucking bird?
No, they're not the same bird.
I just wanted to say that out loud. They are not the same bird.
Because it was Lake Ravasu, they just ran with the raven.
Oh, that's why they named it Lake Ravasu, because it has R-A-V in it, like Raven.
It's so fucking lazy.
Because
it could have been New Raven, Connecticut.
New Raven, Connecticut. New Raven. My unanswered question is, if it was the Enchantment of the Sea Dance, why did it not end with the crow playing Johnny Be Good?
They didn't have the music budget to secure the rights.
The world may never know.
You're like, hey, Marvin Crow? Because you have to have the last name of Crow to be imbued with the power. Or an offshoot of Crow.
Which is like... So Chuck Crow invented rock and roll.
What about my friend Tommy Captain Morgans? He can't.
Corvid Berry.
Corvid Berry.
Yeah. So I don't know. Any last thoughts before we?
If you are a current or former player for the Baltimore Orioles, can you be resurrected by a crow?
No, the Ravens are. Oh, they're the football.
The Baltimore Ravens, yeah.
Or the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, good question.
So if you are a sports player in Baltimore, or have once been a sports player in Baltimore, can you be resurrected by
No, because you have to have the last name. So only the owner of the Ravens, Mr. Raven. You know, like Mr. Steeler or Mr. Packer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Him. Yeah, everybody.
Jesus Crow. That's how he came back. Jesus was a crow.
He was a crow all along. Crow talking.
All right, so guys, let's put this thing on the list and forget we ever saw
the crow
it.
should have screamed "Odele" when he flew away from when he was resurrected. My daddy trail. Odele. It could either go right above Son of the Mask, or it could be the last one, as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's the worst.
I mean, it was race. It's 2005. It was racist. There was no humor behind any of their gross shit.
I feel like it was much worse than Son of the Mask, honestly.
Yeah.
I think so too.
The Odin aspect, the Odin and Loki aspect of Son of the Mask was its only redeeming quality.
Well, and if you chose not to watch, sorry to interrupt you, there were interesting things behind Jamie Kennedy happening. You know what I mean? It was filmed in Toontown. So if you decided to stop paying attention to that, there were things, Looney Tunes cartoons on the TV. If you stopped paying attention to the actors in this, it was just a trash water pond.
I thought, personally, not to go back to Son of the Mask too much, I thought Alan Cumming as a Girl Scout was the best part of that movie.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Alan... Oh, yeah, that movie had Alan Cumming, which was better than anything in...
And Bob Hoskins,
in the Crow Wicked movie.
At least there was animation.
Yeah, this was a train wreck. I didn't necessarily want to put it last, but I think it might deserve to go there.
Because, man, you got to know...
Given your arguments.
Crow when to hold 'em.
Let's just do it.
And this is what? This is not just a sequel. This is the fourth movie.
Right?
Yeah. And we did not get to see the third movie.
Adapted from a novel.
I feel like... the way everybody acted in this movie, I feel like they were told it was going straight to video, and then bam, surprise, let's put it in one theater.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Barney is like, I'm ruined.
This absolutely was intended to go straight to video. But then someone was like, in 15 years, someone may be doing a podcast, and I'd like to fuck with them.
The Crow told me.
All right. We're putting it on last place. The Crow Wicked Prayer. Out of 59 movies, it's 59.
There's not a fifth Crow movie, is there?
No, not that I
best.
No,
and if there is, it's not on this list, and that's all that matters. It went direct to video.
Brian Epstein was the fifth Crow.
This is.
I'm looking forward to adding "I'm Alive in Your Memories" to the YouTube podcast YouTube list.
Yes.
The song.
That was the explainer video or the explainer song in this one.
I'm alive in your memories.
The soundtrack was so short. The credits were so short. But the soundtrack list was so short. They were all written by the same guy.
I had to check. It was not Tara Reid singing the song.
2000.
Not, no.
I'd like to just say fuck you to 2005 because this has been our 2005 so far. Elektra, Constantine, Son of the Mask, Crow Wicked Prayer, and we've got 4 more movies until we're out of 2005.
Because this was June? Oh my God.
Yeah, we're only halfway through the year, guys.
Holy cow.
Next, there's one good one. We will have one good one in this year, but it's not next week. Next week, we will be watching The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, that's not bad.
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh shit, Captain Holden's in this one. Yes! Finally an Expanse crossover that makes sense.
Thanks for hanging in there, crowd. In the words of Kurt Cobain, we want to say Crow apologies to everyone else.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Kind of.
Catch Josh at his old Crow medicine show.
That's right.
Thursday nights on YouTube.
Give him something to crow about.
The more you crow.
Yep. There goes the low
crowing is half the battle.
Oh God. Kill me now.
Thank you everybody for listening to Harmless Phosphorescence. This has been Throw Smiley reminding you once again, don't buy from Smokey.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because I'm Josh Cece and I'm going to go to the bar and score some more peyote for all of us.
I'll take some of that peyote. I'm Brian Lesh, and to quote the Raven, fucking nevermore, man. Thank God.
Yeah, nevermore.
Am I a man who dreamt he was an Alaric Weber, or an Alaric Weber who dreamt he was a man?
Son of a bitch. Good night.
No los dos.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.